Hey friend, here we are today chatting about the 63. The 60 to the 3 from the root center or the drive and stamina up to the energy resource or sacral center in the 3. This is a format energy. Any 3 of these channels or strengths, so the 53, 42, the 63, or the 42 or 52, 9, that move from the root center up to the sacral, those are called formats. What they do is they indicate what the energy, how it's going to flow throughout the body graph. Sometimes you don't have any of them. Sometimes, for example, this person has 2. Sometimes you have all 3. Sometimes it'll just be 1. Don't get caught up in that at the moment. I'm not going over those energies. I'm just talking about the 63 right now. I'm not talking about any nuances. So the 60 to the 3 is a pulse energy. It's the channel of mutation, and it's going to initiate, and then it pulls back. It's going to initiate, and then it's going to pull back. This is an innovative energy. This is where mutation happens. This is where mutation happens. And Ra, in the depth and the amazing amount of information that he had about the human design system, really this is how our genetic code is mutated and then is brought in and per se activated. So this gives us it turns on whatever genes it needs to turn on and turns off whatever genes it needs to turn off. That's what happens here in this channel of mutation. So constantly what this channel does is it fluctuates. So that's why the entire circuitry of the individual knowing, that circuitry, that individual circuitry, there's a pulse on and a pulse off. Mostly what it's doing is going pulse off, pulse off, pulse off, pulse on, pulse off, pulse off, pulse off, pulse on. It's mostly off, then all of a sudden, poof, it'll happen. Mutation is constantly happening, but if mutation was happening every millisecond for you, you would probably blow up. So there is this equilibrium of, the pulse off allows for the mutation to permeate into what it needs to permeate into. It allows it to become collective. It allows it to then become tribal. But if we're constantly mutating, that doesn't give it time to become collective or become tribal. So the individual pulses are mostly off until they're on. And this is where massive depression can happen, because with this channel, there's this innate knowing, like, I am supposed to be here to bring mutation to the world. And nothing happens for a very long period of time. And then all of a sudden depression can take over. Don't allow that to happen. Allow for that melancholic period. Allow for those pulses to be off. Allow for those pulses to be off, Be in your melancholy, be in your creativity. And then the moment that pulse happens, you are physically equipped for it. This creates builder energy, right? This either creates a generator or a manifesting generator here. Sacral will be defined. So it will indicate to you, okay, you have available energy now to mutate, to bring this mutative energy to the world. So no, you're not always going to be on. It's impossible. So allow for those moments of off, off, off to be your friend. Trust that chemistry. Love that chemistry. Love that melancholic chemistry. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The most sold drug in the world, antidepressant. Melancholy is in our chemistry. It's actually built right into our being. We are supposed to be melancholic so that we can allow for those mutative energies to come through us, to work through us, so that we can present them to the world through our particular frequency. So it is okay to be melancholic. If there's depression there, just look at what's going on. How did I get here? Most likely, the mind convinced you that there's something incorrect. And don't let the mind convince you about anything. Honor and trust the mechanics of this system and move with it. So if this is yours, know that you are built to bring mutation into the world. However, mutation cannot happen through you consistently. That's why there's 1 billion people on the planet. So that one mutation can come through someone, the other mutation comes through someone else, so that we can all work together. Honor those times of melancholy, drop into it, and know that your knowing will be presented and your energy will be required in the correct timing. Everybody has to be healthy in this in order for this stuff to land in our humanity. Thank you.